Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video, we will be solving O-Level Mathematics Paper 2, Variant 1 for October-November 2019. So let's start with question number 1. Nima travels on a business trip. The total cost of her flight is $406, including tax. The cost of the flight, excluding tax, is $350. Calculate the tax as a percentage of $350. So first we need to calculate the dollar amount of tax. So tax is the cost including tax minus the cost excluding the tax. So this will be 406 minus 350. This is $56. So the tax amount is 56. So now the percentage will be the tax amount, which is 56, divided by 350, as we are calculating the tax as a percentage of 350, and then multiplied by 100. 56 divided by 350 multiplied by 100. Oops. 56 divided by 350 and then multiplied by 100. This is 16%. So the tax as a percentage of 350 is 16%. Part B is Nima takes a suitcase with mass 15.5 kg correct to the nearest 0.5 kg. She also takes 6 packets each with mass 1.2 kg correct to the nearest 0.1 kg. She has a luggage limit of exactly 23 kg for the flight. Can Nima be certain that the mass of her luggage is below the limit? Show how you decide. So her luggage limit is 23 kg, and we have to basically calculate with 100% certainty whether her luggage, the mass of her luggage is below or equal to 23 kg. So can there be a case when her luggage can exceed this limit? If not, then Nima can be 100% sure that the mass of her luggage is within this 23 kg limit. So to check this, what we will do is we will calculate the upper bound of the mass of the suitcase, because these readings are not 100% correct. The mass of the suitcase is correct to the nearest 0.5 kg. So error here could be the degree of accuracy 0.5 divided by 2. So 0.5 divided by 2 will be 0.25 kg. So the mass of her suitcase has an error of 0.25 kg, and similarly the mass of each packet is 1.2 kg correct to the nearest 0.1 kg. So the error here in the mass of each packet is 0.1 divided by 2, which is 0.05 kg. So now we need to calculate the maximum possible mass of her luggage and see if it is less than equal to 23 kg. If the maximum possible weight or the mass is less than equal to 23 kg, then Nima can be certain that she is within the allowed limit. So basically we need to find the upper bound mass of luggage. So upper bound mass of luggage is the maximum possible mass of Nima's luggage. If that mass is within the limit, then we can be 100% sure that given these errors in the measurements of these masses, if the upper bound is still within this 23 kg limit, then she should be fine. So upper bound mass of luggage will be the upper bound mass of the suitcase. Upper bound mass of suitcase plus the upper bound mass of these 6 packets. So upper bound mass of 6 packets. So this is the maximum possible mass of our luggage. So let's calculate this. Upper bound mass of suitcase will be the mass 15.5 plus the error value plus 0.25. So this is the upper bound mass of the suitcase plus upper bound mass of 6 packets. So the mass of one packet is 1.2 kg, and the error value is 0.05. So upper bound will be, I will add the error, and then there are 6 such packets. So I will multiply this with 6. So now let's calculate this. 15.5 plus 0.25. So this is 15.75 plus 1.2 plus 0.05, and then multiplied by 6. So this is 7.5. Now let's add these two together. Plus 7.5. So this is 23.25 kg. So this is the maximum possible value. It can be below this depending on the error, but we took the upper bounds to basically calculate the upper bound mass of luggage. So the maximum possible value is 23.25. It can be 23.1. It can be below 23 as well. But you cannot be 100% sure that it will be below this 23 kg limit. So can Nima be certain that mass of her luggage is below the limit? No, because maximum possible mass of Nima's luggage is 23.25 kg. So she cannot be 100% sure that she is below this 23 kg limit because the upper bound mass of her luggage is 23.25. So the mass of her luggage can exceed this limit. Part C is Nima changes $245 to euros for the trip. The exchange rate is this. On the trip, she spends 124 euros. When she returns, she changes the remaining euros back to dollars at this given rate. Calculate the amount of money she receives. Give your answer correct to the nearest dollar. So let's start from the top. She has $245 which she converts to euros. So you have dollars ratio euros. Dollar is 1 ratio 0.73, and she converts $245 to, let's call them, X euros. So I will cross multiply here to form my equation. Since they are directly proportional, more dollars means more euros. So X multiplied by 1 is X, 245 multiplied by 0.73. Shows she receives 178.85 euros when she converts these $245 to euros for their trip. Now she spends 124 euros. So euros left will be the initial amount that she had, which is 178.85, minus the euros she spent, which is 124. So minus 124. So she has 54.85 euros left. Now when she returns, she converts these 54.85 euros back to dollars. So again, we have dollars ratio euros. Now the exchange rate is this: $1 and 0.76 euros, and she has 54.85 euros, and let's call them Y dollars that she converts them to. So again, I will cross multiply like this. So I will get 0.76y equals to 54.85, and y will be this divided by 0.76. So 54.85 divided by 0.76. So this is $72.17 that she receives when she converts the remaining euros after her trip to dollars. So the question asks you to convert, give your answer correct to the nearest dollar. So this is 1, so this will be rounded down to 72. So your answer will be $72. Part D is on her next trip, Nima hires a car. She drives a total of 657 kilometers in the car. The car uses a fuel at a rate of 4.3 liters per 100 kilometers driven. Nima pays $1.29 per liter of fuel. Calculate the amount she spends on fuel during the trip. So first we need to calculate how much fuel she used. So you have liters ratio kilometers. The car for every 100 kilometers it uses 4.3 liters of fuel, and she drove 657 kilometers. So we need to find out how much fuel was consumed when driving 656 kilometers. So let's call it X, and this will again be cross multiplied like this because more kilometers will mean more liters of fuel consumed. So 100x equals to 657 into 4.3. So X will be this divided by 100. So 657 into 4.3 and then divided by 100. So this is 28.251 liters. So this is the fuel consumed by Nima when she drove 657 kilometers. So price of or cost of fuel will be 28.251 liters, and her cost per liter is $1.29. So 1 liter of fuel costs $1.29. 28.251 will cost this multiplied by $1.29. So this multiplied by 1.29, this gives you $36.44. So your answer here will be 36.44. Part C is Nima stays in a hotel for 7 nights. This is her hotel bill. So item and cost. Complete the missing values in the hotel bill. So total cost for 7 nights was $805. So cost of hotel per night will be simply 805 divided by 7 nights. So 805 divided by 7 is 115. So this will be 115. Then 4 dinners. So each dinner the price is missing and the total cost is missing as well. So we cannot find these values yet. Total before tax is unknown, but total including tax is 6.5%. So let's call this total before tax equals to X dollars. So if this is X, then your tax will be 6.5% of X, because you add 6.5% tax to this amount before tax to get the total including tax. So 6.5% of X will be 6.5 divided by 100 into X, which is 6.5 divided by 100, 0.065X. So now if you add the total before tax, which is X dollars, plus you add the tax, which is 0.065X, you get the total including tax, which is $996.84. So from this we can calculate the value of X. So this plus 1 will give you 1.065X equals to 996.84, and X will be 996.84 divided by 1.065. So this value here is $936. So your total before tax is 936. Now if I add this cost, which is the cost of hotel and cost of dinner, they should add up to this value 936 before tax, and then you add 6.5% tax to get this value. So adding these two should give me this. So total cost of hotel plus total cost for dinners. should equal 936. Total cost for hotel is 805, 805 plus total cost for dinners is equals to 936. So total cost for dinners will be 936 minus 805. 936 minus 805. So this is 131. So your total cost of dinners is 131. And there are 4 dinners. So for each dinner, your cost is 131 divided by 4. So per dinner cost is $32.75. So this is how you will complete this table. Question number 2 is, one afternoon there were 200 visitors to a library. The table summarizes the time in minutes each visitor spent in the library. So 26 visitors spent between 0 and 20 minutes. 76 visitors spent between 20 and 40 minutes in the library, and so on. On the grid, draw a histogram to represent this data. So on the y-axis, you have frequency density, and x-axis, you have time. So I will add another row here for frequency density. So frequency density is basically your frequency value divided by your class width. So here the class width, so I can add another column here, class width. 20 minus 0 is 20, 40 minus 20 is 20, this is also 20, this is 30, and this is 90. So these are your class intervals, these are your class width. So frequency density is frequency divided by class width. So 26 divided by 20, 1.3, 76 divided by 20, 3.8, 56 divided by 20, 2.8, 24 divided by 30, 0.8, and 18 divided by 90, 0.2. So these are your frequency densities. Maximum value is 3.8. So if I take 2 centimeters to represent one value of frequency density, I think that should be good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So your first interval is 0 to 20 and frequency density is 1.3. So 0 to 20 is this, and this is 1, 1.1, 1.2, and 1.3. So I will draw a straight line here. And up till 20 down here. Okay. The next one is 3.8 from 20 to 40. So 3, 4, 3.8 will be this, and up till 40. The next is 40 to 60, 2.8. So 2.8 will be here up till this point. Then you have 60 to 90 and 0.8. So 60 to 90 will be in the middle here. So 80 to 100, your value changes by 20. And there are 5 blocks between 80 and 100. So each block represents a value of 4. So 80, 84, 88, 92. So this in the middle will be 90. So here is this. So 60 to 90, you have 0.8. So this is 0.8. And this will be up till 90. Maybe a little ahead. So I'm trying to draw it in the middle of this small block. Okay, this is better. And then the last one is 90 to 180 and 0.2. So 0.2 is this till 180. So this will be your histogram. The next part is work out the percentage of these visitors who spent more than 40 minutes in the library. So up till this point, everyone spent less than 40 minutes. These people spent between 0 and 20. These people spent between 20 and 40. So everything towards the right, people spent more than 40 minutes. This class is 40 to 60 minutes. So these people spent between 40 to 60. These people spent between 60 to 90. And these people spent between 90 to 180 minutes. So total number of people who spent more than 40 minutes in the library are 56 plus 24 plus 18. So the percentage of these visitors who spent more than 40 minutes in the library. So this percentage will be number of people who spent more than 40 minutes divided by total number of people, and then this multiplied by 100 to calculate the percentage. So number of people who spent more than 40 minutes is 56, 24 plus 18. Plus 24 plus 18. And the total number of people are 200 visitors. So this will be over 200 and then multiplied by 100. 56 plus 24 plus 18, 98 divided by 200 and then multiplied by 100. So this is 49%. Part B is Mario recorded the number of books borrowed by each of these visitors, 200 visitors to the library. His results are shown in the table. So 17 visitors borrowed 0 books, 47 visitors borrowed 1 book, 42 visitors borrowed 2 books, and so on. The first part is find the median. So you have 200 visitors. So you add 200 plus 1, and then divide by 2. This gives you 101.5. So that means your median is, so sorry, this will be 100.5. So your median will be the 100th value, because this is a decimal value, not a whole number. So we'll take the 100th value plus the 101st value, and this thing divided by 2. This will give you the median. So for this, we need to find the cumulative frequency. So cumulative frequency up till this point is 17. Then 17 plus 47 is 64. And then 64 plus 42 is 106. So we don't need to calculate any further because our 100th and 101st value are already here. So when you count the number of people who borrowed 0 books, there are 17. And then if you add the number of people who borrowed 1 books, you end up with 64 total people. So that means your 100th and 101st value is here, which are both 2s. Let me explain you by expanding this as well. So if there are 17 people who borrowed 0 books, that means you have 17 zeros. So 0, 0, 0, 0. These are 17 zeros. Then how many ones do you have? 47. So 1, 1, 1. These are 47 ones. And then how many 2s do you have? 42. So you have 2, 2, 2. And how many of these? 42. So when you're taking the cumulative frequency, up till this point, you have 17 people. Up till this point here, you have 64 people. You added 47 and 17. So when you end up here, you have 106 people that you have counted. So these numbers, not people, but you can say values. So you have 17 zeros, 47 ones, 42 twos. So total number of values up till when you have counted up till this point is 106. That's why your cumulative frequency here is 106. So that means your 101 and 100 and sorry 100 and 101st value, 100th value and 101st value is somewhere in this range, because this is the 64th value, this one. This is the 65th, 66th, so on, and 106th value is this 2 here. So your 101 and 100th value are somewhere here. So these will be both 2's. So median will be 2 plus 2 divided by 2, which is 2. The next part is calculate the mean. So your mean will be, you will multiply each value with its frequency and then add them together. So 0 multiplied by 17 plus 1 multiplied by 47 plus 2 multiplied by 42 and so on. 328, 4 into 32 plus 5 into 21 plus 6 into 13 divided by the total number of people, which are 200. So this will be 0, 47, 84, this will be 84 as well, 128, 21 into 5 will be 105, and 13 times 6 is 78 divided by 200. So let's add them all. 47 plus 84, 84, 128 plus 105 plus 78, 526 divided by 200. So your mean value here is 2.63. The next part is one of the visitors is selected at random. Find the probability that this visitor borrowed more than 4 books. So more than 4 means this number of books 5 and number of books 6. So probability visitor borrowed more than 4 books. Visitor borrowed more than 4 books. This will be equal to number of people who borrowed more than 4 books. How many people borrowed more than 4 books? These people who borrowed 5 books and these people who borrowed 6. So 21 plus 13 will be the number of people who borrowed more than 4 books, and then divided by total number of people, which is 200. So 21 plus 13 is 34 by 200. And if you want, you can simplify it as well. So if you divide by 2 in the numerator and the denominator, you get 17 over 100. So both answers are correct. I'll write 17 over 100. Part 4 is 2 of the visitors are selected at random. Find the probability that only one of them borrowed 6 books. Give your answer as a decimal correct to 4 significant figures. So you select 2 people and you need to find the probability that only one of them borrowed 6 books. So that means you need to find the probability that you select a person who borrowed borrowed 6 books and the other person did not borrow 6 books. So did not borrow 6 books. So basically one of the persons, only one of the person borrowed 6 books. So this will be equal to probability that first person that you picked borrowed 6 and the second person that you picked did not borrow 6. This is how you can end up with one person who borrowed 6. But you can also have this one selected first. So the first person that you select did not borrow 6 books, and the second one that you select borrowed 6. So these are the two possible ways in which you can select two persons and only one of them has borrowed 6. If the first one borrowed 6 and the second one that you pick did not borrow 6, or if the first one did not borrow 6, then the second that you select borrowed 6. So what is the probability? So this will be probability of borrowed 6 multiplied by, because there is an and here, with probability did not borrow 6. So how many people borrowed 6? 13 out of 200. So the probability that the first person borrowed 6 is 13 over 200. And how many people did not borrow 6? That means every other person. So out of 200, 13 borrowed 6. So the remaining 200 minus 13 is 187. So the rest of the number of people are 187 who did not borrow 6, divided by 199. So you pick the first person. The probability that he borrowed 6 is 13 over 200, because the number of people who borrowed 6 books are 13. Then you are left with 199 people when you're picking the second person. And out of those 199, 187 did not borrow 6. So this is this term here. Plus, now what is the probability that the first person did not borrow 6? We know that 187 people did not borrow 6 out of the 200, and then multiplied by probability that the second person borrowed 6. So 13 people borrowed 6. So when you're picking the second person now, when you picked the first one, you picked the one who did not borrow 6. So they were 187 out of 200. Now the second one, what is the probability that they borrowed 6? There are 13 who borrowed 6 out of, 199. So there are now 199 people left. And out of those 199, 13 people borrowed 6 books. So let's calculate this now. 13 into 187 is 2431 divided by 200 into 199. 39,800. Plus 187 into 13 will be again 2,431 divided by 200 into 99 will be 39,800. So 2431 plus 2431. 4862 divided by 39,800. So now let's divide this by 39,800. This is 0.12216. Now the question asks you to give your answer up till 4 significant figures. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Next value is 6, so this one will be rounded up to 2. So your answer will be 0.1222. Question number 3 is shape A and shape B are drawn on the grid. Describe fully the enlargement that maps shape A onto shape B. So shape A is mapped onto shape B through an enlargement. To find the center of enlargement, I will connect the corresponding vertices. So this vertex is mapped onto this one here. So I will use a ruler here. And then connect them with a straight line. So let's do that. And then I will do the same with another pair of vertices. So let's take this one. This one is mapped onto this point after enlargements. So again, I will just draw the line here. So I will connect this point with this point and then extend the line. So I'll start from here and then draw a line passing through this and then extend it further. So now the intersection of these two lines will give me the center of enlargement. So this point is 7 and 1. And to calculate the scale factor, so the scale factor will be positive because both the object and the image are on the same side of the center of enlargement. If they are on the opposite sides of center of enlargement, then your scale factor is negative. So since they are both on the same side towards the left of center of enlargement, my scale factor is positive and the value will be the image has, so I'll take this side has length 4 in the image, so 4 in the image divided by the length of the same side in the object. This side is 2, so 4 divided by 2 is 2, so this will be positive 2. So describe fully the enlargement that maps shape A onto shape B. So you can say that it has center 7 1. This point here is the center of enlargement, and scale factor equals to 2. So this will be your enlargement that maps shape A onto shape B. The next part is shape A is mapped onto shape C by a rotation of 90-degree clockwise, center 1 0. Draw and label shape C. So your center of rotation is this point 1 0. So let me just erase this. So how do you do the rotation? So let me just mark these A, B, C, D, the 4 vertices. Now A is mapped onto A prime. So I will connect A with the, let's call this center of rotation O. So I will connect this with the center of rotation. Then I will rotate it 90-degree clockwise. So once I rotate this line 90-degree clockwise, I will have this horizontal line. So this length is 2. So I will draw a line which is also length 2. So this will be your image A prime. So A is mapped onto A prime like this. Similarly, B is, if I join B, I'll get this same line here. Now the distance is 1, 2, 3. So when I rotate it 90-degree like this, 1, 2, 3, this line will be extended like this up till this point. So the distance of 3 is here. So B prime will be here. So let me just erase this. Now let's look at points C and D. They will be a little tricky because this was easier for us because this was vertical. So after 90-degree, you get a horizontal line. So let me use the ruler here to connect this point D with my center of rotation here. So I'll draw a line from this point up till this point here. I'll extend it a little bit so that it is up till this point. So now I've drawn a line that connects this point D with the center of rotation. So this is a 90-degree rotation in clockwise direction. So I'll center my protractor here at this center of rotation, and I'll align my 90-degree with this line. So now this is aligned with this 90-degree, and my 0-degree is here. So I'll mark it here. So once I rotate this 90-degree in this direction, I will have a line which goes in this direction towards this point. But OD, the length OD should be equal to OD prime. So I'll measure this length. This is almost 2.2 or 2.3 centimeters. So now I will align my ruler with this 90-degree line, 90-degree point that I have drawn. And now if I draw a line which is 2.2, I will end up at this point. So let me just draw this line here up till 2.2 centimeters. So this will be your point D prime. You rotated it 90 degree like this in clockwise direction. So this will be your D prime. And then we will do the same with C prime as well. So let me just erase this and do the same procedure for uh, C as well. So I will connect my point C again with the center of rotation here. Like this. Again, I will center it at point O, align it with 90 degrees, and now my zero is at this point. So let me in fact just erase this one so that I don't get confused. So this is my zero. So this is 90 degree up till this point, right? And then again I will measure the length. So this is almost 3.5. So when I go in this direction, the same distance, 3.5 in 90 degrees. So let me align it again. So I can draw a straight line up till 3.5. So if this is 0, my 3.5 is approximately at this point here. So actually this will give me my C prime. So let me join it up till this point. So again, this is 90 degree. In this direction, I rotated OC to get this point OC prime. So this rotation is 90 degree again in clockwise direction. So I erased the D prime as well, which was at this point. So this is how you will do this 90 degree rotation clockwise. So let me erase everything here. So now you have all the four vertices after the rotation. I can join them to create my shape. Let me move this out of the way. Let me just erase these as well. So this will be your shape A after you rotate it 90 degree clockwise with center 1 0. It is mapped onto shape C. So I'll label this as C. The next part is transformation. P is represented by this matrix. P maps shape A onto shape D. Draw and label shape D. So you know that if you apply transformation T onto an object, you get the image. So in this case, your transformation T is this matrix 0, minus 1, and 0. And your object is shape A, which is mapped onto shape D. So if you go back and look at shape A, let's mark this, write down its vertices. So 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, go back, 1, 2, and this one is 1, 3, this one here, 1, 3, this is 2, 2, and this is 3, 3. 2, 2, 3, 3. So if I apply this transformation, I will get the vertices of shape D, which is the image of shape A after you apply this transformation P. So this row multiplied by this column, 0 into 1 is 0, plus minus 1 into 2 is minus 2. So this will be minus 2. This row multiplied by this column here, 0 multiplied by 1 is 0, minus 1 into 3 is minus 3. So this, when you add them, you get minus 3. Similarly, 0 minus 1 multiplied by this column 2, 2, I will get minus 2. This row multiplied by this column, I will get minus 3. Then this row multiplied by this column, minus 1 into 1 is minus 1. This will be 0, so minus 1 plus 0 will be minus 1. This row multiplied by this column, minus 1 into 1 is minus 1, and this will be 0, so this will be again minus 1. Minus 1 into 2 is minus 2, this will be 0, so this will be minus 2. Minus 1 into 3 is minus 3, 0 into 3 is 0, so this will be just minus 3. So minus 2, minus 1, minus 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 2, minus 3, and minus 3. So these will be the vertices of your shape D. So let's mark them. Minus 2, minus 1. Minus 2, minus 1 is this point. Minus 3, minus 1. Minus 3, minus 1 is this. Minus 2, minus 2 will be this. And then the last one is minus 3, minus 3. Minus 3 and minus 3 will be this point. So I will join these vertices to get my shape D. Oops. So this will be your shape D. The next part is shape A is mapped onto shape C. Oh no, this is not the next part. This part. Describe fully the single transformation P. So this is the transformation P which maps A onto D. So you have to describe it. So A is mapped onto D. So let's see, this cannot be a translation because the orientation of this shape has changed. This cannot be an enlargement because the size is the same. And this cannot be a rotation. So if I rotate it like this, 90 degree, I get this shape C. So on this rotation gives me this shorter side on the left side and the longer side on the right side. But in D, you have the shorter side on the right, longer side on the left. So the only transformation left is reflection. So that means there is some sort of reflection which maps A onto D. So your P, transformation P is a reflection. Now we have to find the line of reflection, and to do that I will join two corresponding points. So this point is mapped onto this point. So if I join them with a straight line like this, and this point is mapped onto this point, so if I join them with a straight line like this, so now I need to calculate the midpoint of these two lines. So this has coordinates minus 2, minus 1. This has coordinates 1 and 2. So minus 2, minus 1, and this one is 1 and 2. So the midpoint will be x values added. So let's calculate this mid. Minus 2 plus 1 divided by 2, and 2 minus 1 divided by 2. 2 minus 1 divided by 2. So this will be minus 0.5 and 0.5. So this is this point, minus 0.5 and 0.5. And similarly, if you take the midpoint of this line, minus 2, and 2 and 2. So midpoint will be 0, 0. So if I join these 2 points, I will get my line of reflection. So if I join them, this is kind of my line of reflection, which if I reflect A across this line, I get D. So what is the equation of this line? So you have 1 minus 1. So when your value is x is 1, your y value is minus 1. X value is 2, y value is minus 2. So the equation of this line is y equals to minus x. So transformation P will be a reflection in y equals to minus x line. So this is how you will find out or describe the single transformation P. Question number 4 is your given volume of cone and curved surface area. The diagram shows a gate post. It is made up of in the shape of cylinder and a cone on the top. The cylinder and cone each have diameter 8. So that means their radius r is 4. Height of cylinder is 95 and height of cone is 15. Calculate the volume of gate post. So volume of post will be the volume of this cylinder. So volume of cylinder plus the volume of this cone. So what's the volume of cylinder? It's pi r square h plus volume of cone is given 1 by 3 pi r square h. So this will be pi into r. R radius here is 4 and radius of cone is also 4 because it is on top of this cylinder. So both the cone and the cylinder will have the same radius. So pi into 4 square into height of cylinder is this 95 plus 1 by 3 into pi, again radius of cone is also 4 square into the height of this cone is 15. So let's calculate this now. Pi into 4 square is 16 into 95 plus this value. So this will be 1 over 3 into pi into r squared. This is 16 4 square into 15. So your final answer here will be 5026.55. And if you want, you can write it up till 3 significant figures. So 1 2 3, the next value is 6, so this will be rounded up to 3. So this will be 5030 centimeter cube, the volume. If you want, you can write it as 5026.6 or 5027 as well. In the marking scheme, those are also acceptable answers. So this will be 5030 centimeter cube. The next part is show that the total curved surface area of the gate post is 2580 centimeter square. Correct to 3 significant figures. So your curved surface area will be the curved surface area of this cylinder plus the curved surface area of this cone. So let's write down curved surface area will be curved area of cylinder plus curved area of cone. So curved area of cylinder is, we know, 2 pi r h, r radius, h height, plus curved area of the cone is given as pi r l, where L is this slanting height. So curved surface area of cone is pi r l. So L is the only unknown. We know the radius, we know the height. L is the only unknown here. So if I erase this, this is the length L that we need to find. We know that this perpendicular height is 15. So this side is 15. And we also know that this radius is 4. So this is a right angled triangle. So let me draw it here as well. Right angled triangle, this side 15, this side L, and this side 4. So I can use the Pythagoras theorem to calculate the value of L. So L square will be equal to 15 square plus 4 square. So L square will be square plus 16 is the, so let me write it down, 4 square. And then L square is 241. L will be square root of 241. Square root of this. So 15.52. This is my value of L. So now we can find the curved surface area. Let me substitute the values here. 2 pi r is 4 and the height of cylinder is 95. Plus pi radius is again 4 multiplied by L is 15.52 that we calculated just now. So let's calculate this. 2 into pi into 4 into 95, and then plus pi into 4 into 15.52. So this is 2582.64. So now we round it up to three significant figures. So 1, 2, 3. The next value is 2. So this will be changed to 0. I will round this down. So 2580 centimeter square is the total curved surface area that we had to show. Part C is a geometrically similar gate post has a total height of 150 centimeter. Calculate the total curved surface area of this gate post. So let me call this gate post B. Its height is 150 and it's geometrically similar to the previous one. So let me call that gate post A, and its height was, so this is the total height of the gate post, 95 plus 15, which is 110 centimeter. Now we have to find the curved surface area of this gate post B. So since this is geometrically similar, we know that the square of the ratio of their heights will be equal to the ratio of their curved surface areas because they are similar gate posts. So let me write it down here. Curved surface area of B over the curved surface area of A will equal to the square of the ratio of their height. So height of B divided by height of A, and then the square because we are dealing in area. So from this we can calculate the curved surface area of this post B, which has a height of 150. So I'll just write down surface area B over curved surface area of A was 2580, and height of B is 150, height of A is 110, and then the square. So then this will give us the surface area, or let me write down curved as well to avoid any confusion. So curved surface area of B will be 150 divided by 110, and then I take the square of this, and then once I take this 2580 to the other side, it will be multiplied there. So multiplied by 2580. So this is 4797.5. So if you want to write it up till three significant figures, so this is 1, 2, 3. The next value is 7, so this will be rounded up. So if I round this up, this will be rounded up as well. So this will be 4800 centimeters square. 4797.5 is also an acceptable answer. But if you really want to write down up till three significant figures, this will be rounded up to 4800 centimeters square. So you can write the answer 4800 centimeters square. Question number 5, part A1 is you're given this equation x squared plus 7x minus 13 equals to this. Find the value of A and B. So to convert this equation into this form, I will use the completing square method. So first we check the coefficient of x squared is 1, which is 1 in this case. So we don't need to divide by anything. So I will write this equation, the left hand side, as x squared plus 7x, and then I will add a number. So that number will be, I will divide the coefficient of x, which is 7. I will divide it by 2 and then take the square. And then I will also subtract the same number so that the overall equation remains the same. And then this minus 13 as it is. So now I can write the first three elements as x plus 7 over 2 whole square. So this is the completing square method. So if I expand this, I will get x square plus 2 into x into 7 by 2 will give me 7x, and then 7 plus 7 by 2 whole square. And then if I take the square of this, I will get minus 49 over 4 minus 13. So I can write this as x plus 3.5. 7 over 2 is 3.5 square. And then let's calculate this, which will be minus 49 over 4 minus 13. So this is minus 25.25. And we know that this is equals to this x plus a whole square plus b. Now if you compare the left hand side with the right hand side, I have 3.5 here and a here, so value of a is 3.5, and outside I have minus 25.25 and b here, so my value of b will be minus 25.25. The next part is solve the equation x squared plus 7x minus 13 equals to 0. So this is the same equation that we have on the left hand side here. So I will write this form of this equation, which is x plus 3.5 square minus 25.25 equals to 0. Now we can solve this easily. I'll take this 25.25 to the other side. So this will be equals to 25.25. And then x plus 3.5 will be equals to plus minus square root of 25.25. So let me continue here. And then if I take this 3.5 to the other side, I will get x equals to minus 3.5 plus square root of 25.25, or x equals to minus 3.5 then minus square root of 25.25. So let's solve this. Minus 3.5 plus square root of 25.25. So this is 1.52, and this value will be minus 3.5 minus square root of 25.25. So this is minus 8.52 up till 3 significant figures. So you have to write the answer up till 3 significant figures. So this will be 1.52 and minus 8.52. The next part is you have to simplify this expression. So I can write 4x square as 2x whole square minus 9 can be written as 3 square. And in the denominator, I will multiply this constant value with the coefficient of x square, which is 2. So 12 times positive 12 multiplied by positive 2 gives me 24. So now I need factors of 24 that add up to 11, because this is positive 24. So I need factors that sum up to 11. So 8 and 3 are the two factors. If you multiply them, you get 24, and if you add them, you get 11. So I will write 11 as, so since this is negative, I will add them in the negative. So minus 8x minus 3x gives me minus 11x plus 12. So in the numerator, I can use the formula a square minus b square is a plus b into a minus b. So this will be 2x plus 3 into 2x minus 3. And I can take 2x common. This will be x minus 4 minus 3 common here. So this will be again x minus 4. And then the numerator can be written as it is. Over the denominator will be x minus 4 multiplied by 2x minus 3. So this 2x minus 3 cancels out with this one. And then I'm left with 2x plus 3 over x minus 4. So this will be your final answer, 2x plus 3 over x minus 4. Part C is solve this equation. So I will take the LCM here. So your LCM will be x plus 4 into x minus 1. So this 2x will be multiplied by this x minus 1 into x minus 1, and plus 6 will be multiplied with this x plus 4. 6 will be multiplied by x plus 4, and then this is equals to 2. So I'll open this bracket up. So this will be 2x square minus 2x plus 6x plus 24. And I will open the bracket in the denominator as well. So this will be x square minus x plus 4x minus 4 equals to 2. So Let's simplify this. 6x minus 2x is plus 4x plus 24. And this 4x minus x is 3x. So x squared plus 3x minus 4 equals to 2. And then I can take the denominator to the other side. So I'll get 2x squared plus 4x plus 24 equals to 2x squared plus 6x minus 8. So now this is 2x squared, this is 2x squared. So if I take all the x terms to the right and bring this 8 to this side. So on the left hand side, I will be left with 24 plus 8. Then this 2x square minus 2x square if I bring this to this side. And then I have plus 6x. And then this is minus 4x. And I took this 8 to the other side. So 24 plus 8 on this side will become 32. This will be 0. And 6x minus 4x is 2x. And this x will be equals to 32 by 2, which is 16. So your final answer here will be x equals to 16. Question number 6 is, these are the first 4 patterns in a sequence made using counters. So pattern 1 has 3 counters, pattern 2 has 8. The first part is complete the table for the patterns in this sequence. So pattern 4 has how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 4 in each column. And then how many rows do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 4 times 6 will be 24. So you have 24 counters in pattern 4. If you want, you can count them all as well. But I just took the number in the column and then the rows and then multiplied them to get the total here. And then you have to find the number of counters in pattern number 5. So if you look at this sequence here, you multiplied your pattern number by 3 to get 3. Here you multiply it by 4 to get 8. Here you multiply it by 5. 5 threes are 15. Here you multiply it by 6. 6 times 4 is 24. So here you will multiply it by 7. 7 times 5 is 35. So the number of counters in pattern 5 will be 35. The next part is find an expression in terms of n for the number of counters in pattern n. So let me call the number of total counters in a pattern t. So t1, the number of counters in pattern 1 is how much? 1 multiplied by 3, which is 3. Then in the second pattern, you have how many counters? 2 multiplied by 4. So 2 multiplied by 3 plus 1. So each time you multiply it by a number that is 1 greater than the previous one that you multiplied with. So for T3, here you multiply 3 with 3 plus 1 and then you add another 1 to get 5 and so on. So if you look at what will be your number of counters, total counters Tn in pattern n. So these numbers are simply the pattern number. So 1 multiplied by 3, 1 was your pattern number. You have second pattern, you have 2 here. You have third pattern, you have 3 here. So for the nth pattern, you have n multiplied by, and each time you multiply by a number that is 2 greater than the pattern number. So your pattern number here is 1. You multiplied it by 3, which is 2 greater than 1. Here you're looking at pattern number 2 and you multiply it by 4, which is again 2 greater than 2. Here you have pattern number 3 and here you multiply it by 5, which is again 2 greater than 3. So for pattern number 1, pattern number n, you will multiply by n plus 2. So if you can't like figure out intuitively that this is a pattern, you can also like formally solve it. Let me show you that method as well. So if you look at these numbers that you are multiplying, so 3, 4, 5, and so on, let's call them multipliers. So your first multiplier m1 is how much? 3. What is your second multiplier? m2 is 3 plus 1. What is your third multiplier? 3 plus 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1. So if you look at this sequence, this is a regular sequence that you have studied, which has a constant difference. Each time you add a 1 to the previous number to get the next number. So mn will be, you can use the formula a plus n minus 1 into d for this type of sequence which has a constant difference between the two terms. Here the constant difference is 1. So A is your first term. Your first term is 3 plus n minus 1 into d is the difference. So what's the difference between two consecutive terms? It is 1. So this will be multiplied by 1. So this will be 3 plus, if I open this bracket, I will simply get n minus 1. Minus 1 plus 3 will be 2. So this will be n plus 2, which is the same that we got here. So either you can separate out this multiplier sequence, and you can see that this is like a regular sequence with a constant difference. So you can find the nth term for this multiplier, and that was n plus 2. And this one is simply the pattern number. So this was T1, you have 1 here, T2, 2 here, T3, 3 here. So Tn will be n multiplied by this n plus 2. So that's how you will find the sequence. Here, if you don't remember this formula, you can also see that each time, how many ones are you adding? You're adding two ones here, and that 2 is 1 less than the pattern number. Here you're adding just 1, which is 1 less than the pattern number 2. And here you are adding 0 ones. So 0 is 1 less than this pattern number 1. So in Mn, how many ones will you add? You will have 3 plus n minus 1 multiplied by 1. So each time in each pattern number, you add a number of ones which is one less than the pattern number. So here you had 3, for example, and you added 2 ones. So for n, you will add n minus 1 ones. So n minus 1 multiplied by 1, which will give you the same answer, n plus 2. So this is like like a regular sequence that you have studied in your syllabus, where you have a constant difference between the two terms. So your final answer basically for the number of total counters in pattern n will be n into n plus 2. So this is your final answer. Part C is Ken has a bag containing 1,358 counters. He makes the largest possible pattern in the sequence, pattern P, using these counters. Find the value of P. So you know that you have pattern number n. You can find the number of counters by this expression. So if you have pattern P, I will substitute the value of P here. So I will get P into P plus 2. And how many counters are there in this sequence? 1,358. 1,358. So now we can solve this equation to get P, where P is the pattern number. So if I open this bracket, I get P square plus 2P. And if I bring this 1358 here, this will be negative 1358 equals to 0. So now this is a quadratic equation. I can use the quadratic formula. So my value of P will be minus B, which is 2 minus 2 plus minus B square minus 4AC. So this is 2 square minus 4A is 1. And this is minus 1358 divided by 2A. So 2 into 1, which is also 2. So this gives me P equals to minus 2 plus minus square root of, so let's calculate this. 2 square is 4 minus 4 into 1 into minus 1358. So this is 5,436 divided by 2. So your P will be equals to minus 2 plus square root of 5,436 divided by 2, or your P will be equals to minus 2 minus square root of 5,436 divided by 2. So let's calculate this. Minus 2 plus square root of 5,436 and then divided by 2. So this gives you P equals to 35.86, and this P will be minus 2 minus square root of 5,436. So this is, and then divided by 2 as well. This is minus 37.86. Now this value is not applicable because this is a negative number, and your pattern number cannot be negative. These pattern numbers are always positive. So your value of P is 35.86, but this is a decimal number. Your pattern number is a whole number. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. So you will round this down to 35. Now, why are you rounding this down? Because for 1358 counters, you're getting a pattern number that is a decimal. That means you cannot use all of these. If you round this up to 36, you will need more than these 1358 counters. So I will show you the proof as well. So I will take p equals to 35. So your pattern p is 35, and let's see how many counters are used in this pattern p. So when you have p 35, your number of counters in that pattern will be 35 into 35 plus 2. So counters used will be 35 into 35 plus 2. So this is just a proof. The question only asks for you the value of p, but I want to show this to make sure you understand this correctly. So 35 multiplied by 35 plus 2. So pattern number 35 will use 1295 counters. But if I take p equals to 36, so if I take 36, I will get 36 multiplied by 36 plus 2, which is 1368, which is 10 more than these counters that can has. So you cannot create pattern number 36 because pattern number 36 needs more counters than what can has. So he makes use of the largest possible pattern sequence. So the largest possible pattern sequence is 35 here, in which he will use 1295, and the remaining will be left. If he tries to make pattern number 36, he will need 1368 counters, but he only has 1358. So your value of p, you will round this down to 35, and then scan will have some counters that are remaining. So the next part is he uses all of the remaining counters to make another pattern in the sequence, pattern q. Find the value of q. So first we need to find remaining counters. So Ken had 1358, and out of those 1358, he used 1295 for pattern number 35. 1295. So how many are left? You're left with 63 counters. So again, you have to now find the value of q, where q is pattern number q. So for q, I'll replace q in this expression. So q into q plus 2 gives me the total number of counters in this pattern, which are 63. And now he's using all of them. So all 63 are used. So now if I expand this, q square plus 2q, and if I bring this 63 here, this will be minus 63 equals to 0. And then again, this is a quadratic equation. Minus 63 multiplied by this 1, which is the coefficient of q square, will give me minus 63. So I'm looking for factors of 63, which if I subtract, I should get this value 2. So the two factors are 9 and 7. 9 sevens are 63, and 9 minus 7 is 2. So I will have q square plus 9q minus 7q, which is 2q, minus 63 equals to 0. So q into q plus 9 minus 7 into q plus 9 equals to 0. So this gives me q plus 9 equal q plus 9 multiplied by q minus 7 equals to 0. So q equals to minus 9 or q equals to 7. So again, you will not use the negative value. This is not applicable because your pattern number cannot be negative. So your value of q is 7, and you can verify it as well. So if your q is 7, how many counters will you use in pattern number 7? 7 into 7 plus 2, which is equals to 7 multiplied by 9, which is equals to 63. So he had Ken had 63 remaining counters, which he used to create pattern number 7 here, in which all 63 are used. So that's how you will solve this. Question number 7 is PQRS are points on the circle. PXR and QXS are straight lines. So this is a straight line. This is a straight line as well. show that triangle PQX is similar to triangle SRX. So PQX is this triangle and SRX is this one. So we have to show these two are similar. So if we look at this angle and this angle, these are equal because they are vertically opposite angles. So I can say angle PXQ is equals to, so PXQ is equals to angle SXR because they are vertically opposite angles. And then if I look at this angle here, let me mark this in green. And if I look at this angle here, these are also equal because they are angles in the same segment. They are subtended by this arc on the circumference. So this angle is subtended like this. And the other angle is also subtended by the same arc like this. So these are angles in the same segment. So these will be equal as well. So let me just erase these lines. So angle QPX oops, will equal angle RSX because these are angles in same segment. And then if you look at this angle and this angle, these are also equal because these are also angles in the same segment. So it's subtended, this angle is subtended by this arc on the circumference like this, and this angle is also subtended by this same arc PS on the circumference like this. So both angles are subtended by the same arc, so these will be equal as well. So angle PQX is equals to angle SRX. The reason is again the same angles in same segment. So all three angles are equal. Are equal. So triangle PQX and triangle SRX are similar. The next part is PX is 8.1. So this length PX is 8.1. QX is 6.3. This is 6.3. SX is 4.5. So this is 4.5. Calculate RX. RX is this length here that we need to calculate. So using the property of similar triangles that the ratio of their corresponding sides is always equal no matter which like pair of corresponding sides you take. So the corresponding sides here will be, so you have triangle PQX and the other triangle is SRX. These two are similar. So PQ and the corresponding length will be SR. Then you have side QX, the corresponding side is RX, and then you have side PX and the corresponding side is SX. So I will use the ratio of, so Rx is the unknown. So Rx, if I take Rx from here, from the triangle SRX, so Rx over its corresponding side Rx, the corresponding side is Qx. So Rx over Qx, this ratio will equal. So I know Px and the other side I know is Sx. So Px is this side and Sx is this. So these are two corresponding sides as well. So I'm taking the sides in the numerator from this triangle. So I will take Sx from this triangle and the corresponding side Px from this triangle. So these two ratios are equal. So now we can substitute the values here. Rx is the unknown that we need to calculate. Qx is 6.3. Sx is 4.5. and then Px is 8.1. So this will give you Rx equals to, so 4.5 divided by 8.1, and then I will take the 6.3 to the other side, so this will be multiplied by 6.3. So Rx is 3.5 centimeters. The next part is find the ratio area of triangle PQX, area of triangle PSX. So PQX is this one and PSX is this one. So this and this, these two triangles. We need to find the ratio of their area. So we know that this and this are similar. We don't know any relation between these two. But we can see that these are both of these triangles PQX and PSX are part of this big triangle PQS, right? So let me draw PQS out here separately, and I will rotate it a little bit like this to make it look straighter. So if I draw this PQX, so I have this side and something like this, and then this. And then you have a line in between that is going like this. So this is point P at the top, this is S, this is Q, this point is X. So I've drawn basically this triangle separately. And I know SX, this length is 4.5, XQ or QX is 6.3, and this side is 8.1. So this side is 8.1. So I need to find the ratio of the areas of PSX and PXQ. So these two smaller inside triangles. So if I look at these two triangles, they have the same perpendicular height, right? So this is my perpendicular height. Let's call this H. So both of these triangles PSX and PQX have this same height, H. So let's find the area using the formula 1 by 2 into base into height. We cannot use the property of similar triangles because we are not given nor we have shown that these two are similar. So I will just simply calculate the area. So the ratio that we need to find is triangle PQX and triangle PSX. PQX, so area PQX, triangle PQX ratio area PSX, area triangle PSX. So what is the area of triangle PQX? PQX, this is the base and this is the height. So 1 by 2 into base is QX, which is 6.3, into height is H. Ratio area of PSX. PSX is this triangle here. Its base is 4.5. 1 by 2 into 4.5, and the height is same, which is H. So now we can simplify this. So let me take it down to the part where we are solving this. So this is the ratio here. So I can cancel this h out on both sides. I can also cancel 1 by 2 and 1 by 2. So I'm left with 6.3 ratio 4.5. Now, so I have to give the answer in simplest form. So I need to remove the decimals here. So I can multiply by 10 on both sides of the ratio. So I will get 63 ratio 45. And now I can divide by 9 on both sides. So 9 sevens are 63. So 63 divided by 9 will give me 7. And 45 divided by 9 will give me 5. So your final answer of area of ratio of area triangle PQX and area triangle PSX will be 7 ratio 5. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 8. A rectangle ABCD has area 80 centimeter square. Triangle PCQ is removed from one corner of the rectangle. BQ equals to DP equals to 4 centimeters. So this is 4 BQ and this DP is 4 centimeters as well. And this full length AB is X centimeter. Part A is write down an expression in terms of X for CP. So CP is this length, and we know that this full length is X because it is a rectangle. So AB is X centimeters. So this length CD is also X centimeters. So CP will be X minus 4. So this length here will be X minus this 4 centimeters. So your expression would be X minus 4. Part B is explain why CQ equals to 80 over X minus 4 centimeters. So if you look at the area of this rectangle, area is equal to length into width. So length is AB multiplied by width is CB. So now if we substitute the values here, we know that area is 80 centimeter square. AB is how much? AB is X. And we can write this length CB, which is here in the equation, as CQ plus 4, since we want to show that CQ is equals to this. So this full length CB will be this length CQ plus this length QB. So QB is 4, so I will multiply this by CQ plus 4. Now if I open the brackets on the right side, I will get 80 equals to CQ multiplied by X plus 4X. And now if I take this 4X to the other side, so CQX will equal 80. So 80 is here, so I bring this 4X here. So this will be 80 minus 4X. And to get the value for CQ, I will divide by X on both sides of the equation. So this will become 80 over X minus 4X divided by X will leave me with 4. So CQ is 80 over X minus 4 you have shown. Part C is show that the shaded area is y centimeter square is given by y equals to 32 plus 2x plus 160 over x. So the shaded area will be the area of this rectangle ABCD minus the area of this triangle PCQ. So let me write down area of triangle first. Triangle PCQ will be 1 by 2 into base into height. So what is the base? Base is this side, which is CQ. This is a right angle triangle because this angle is 90 degree as ABCD is a rectangle. So CQ multiplied by CP, which is the height. So CQ we have shown in the previous part is 80 over X minus 4. So 1 by 2 into base will be 80 over X minus 4 multiplied by height is CP. CP we have written as X minus 4. So multiplied by X minus 4. Now this is the area of triangle PCQ. So your shaded area will be equals to the area of this rectangle ABCD, which is 80 centimeter square. So 80 minus the area of the triangle, which is not shaded. So you will be left with this shaded area. So minus this area of triangle, which is 1 over 2 multiplied by 80 over X minus 4 into X minus 4. So this shaded area is y centimeter square. So I will replace this shaded area with y equals to 80 minus. So let's open these two brackets first. So 1 by 2 multiplied by, so 80 by x multiplied by x will be 80 because x and x will cancel out. So 80 by x into minus 4 will be minus 320 over x, then minus 4x, and then plus 16. So this will be y equals to 80 minus 1 by 2 multiplied by 80 plus 16 will be 96. 96 minus 320 over x minus 4x. So now if I multiply this 1 by 2 inside, I will be left with 80 minus 96 divided by 2 is 48 minus 320 divided by 2, which is 160 over x, and 1 by 2 into 4 will be minus 2x here. Yep. So now I can open this bracket up and multiply this minus sign with these numbers inside. So I will be left with 80 minus 48. This minus becomes plus. So plus 160 over x. This minus and this minus also becomes plus. So plus 2x. So 80 minus 48 is 32. So this will be y equals to 32 plus, I will write this 2x first because in the question you're given 2x first. So 2x plus this 160 over x. So you have shown that the shaded area y is 32 plus 2x plus 160 over x. Part D is complete the table for y equals to 32 plus 2x plus 160 over x. Values are given to one decimal place where appropriate. So the missing value is when x is 16. So I will replace x with 16 in this equation. So I will get 32 plus 2 into 16 plus 160 over 16. So this will be 32 plus 32 plus 160 over 16 will be 10. So this is 64 plus 10, 74. So your value here is 74. The next part is on the grid. You have to draw the graph for this equation for x values between 4 and 20. So let's plot these points. So when x equals to 4, you have y value 80. So it will be this point here. For x6, you have 70.7. So this is 70. So let me first calculate how much each small box represents. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks here, and the value changes by 2. So 2 by 5 is 0.4. So each small block here represents a change in value of 0.4. So this is 6 and 70. This will be 70.4. This will be 70.8. So just below this line, 70.7. Then you have 8 and 68, 10 and 68, 12 and 69.3, 68, 68.4, 68.8, 69.2, 69.6. So 69.2 just above this will be 69.3. 14 and 71.4. So 14, 70, 70.4, 70.8, 71.2, 71.6. So right in the middle will be 71.4. 16 and 74 will be this. 18 and 76.9. 76, 76.4, 76.8. So this will be 76.9. And 20 and 80. So now I will try to draw a smooth curve through these points. So let's try that. So this will be your graph for this equation. The next part is use your graph to find the minimum possible shaded area. So here on the y-axis you have the value of shaded area. So the minimum possible value is y value is right over here. So I will draw a straight line here to read the value from the y-axis. So this is 68 and it is one small block below 68, which is 67.6, since each block is 0.4. So your minimum possible shaded area is 67.6 centimeter square. Question number 9 is the diagram shows position of three farms A, B, and C on horizontal ground. Farm B has this bearing 1 to 5, and you have these lengths given 520 meters, 680 meters, and 950 meters. First part is show that BAC equals 44 degrees, correct to one decimal place. So BAC is this angle here. So now if I look at this triangle ABC, I know all three sides of this triangle. This is the angle that I need to find. So I can use the cosine rule. The side opposite this angle that we need to find is BC. So BC square will equal AC square plus AB square minus 2 times AC into AB into cos of this angle BAC. So now let's substitute the values. BC is 680. So 680 square equals to AC is 520 square. AB square will be 950 square. Minus 2 into AC is 520. 950 into cos of angle BAC. So I'll take these to this side. So 680 square minus 520 square minus 950 square. So this is minus 710500 equals to, so 2 into 520 into 950. This is minus 988000, and then cos of BAC. So this minus and minus cancel out. So if I take this to this side, it will be divided in the denominator. So 7, I will have 710500 divided by 988000. And then if I take the cos inverse of this, because I have cos BAC, so I will take cos inverse of this to get my angle BAC. So angle BAC is 44.017 degree, and up till one decimal place, since this is a 1 here, so it will be rounded down to 44.0 degrees up to one decimal place. So that's what you had to show. The next part is calculate the bearing of A from C. So bearing of A from C. So if I draw a line which represents the north of C. So let me draw this line here. And let me actually extend it further down as well. So this is the north of C. So now the bearing of A from C will be this full angle. This is the bearing of A from point C. Now to calculate this, I know that the angle up till this point is 180 degrees. So if I can find this red angle, I can add 180 to this red angle. I will get the full bearing of point A from point C. Now if I look at this red angle, and let me just extend this line for A as well. So this is the north, and I will extend this down as well. So now these two north lines are parallel, and this line AC is passing through the two parallel lines. So this red angle, and let me mark another red angle here as well. So this red angle and this red angle are equal, because these two red angles are alternate angles for these two parallel lines. So this angle here will be equal to this red angle here. Now I can easily calculate this red angle, because this is simply 125 plus this angle BAC, which we calculated in the first part, which is 44. So this is 169. 125 plus, uh, I can write this now as 44. So 125 plus 44 gives you this full red angle, and this angle is equals to this red angle because these two are alternate angles where these two lines representing the north of A and this line representing the north of C are parallel. So now I can easily find the bearing of A from C. Bearing of A from C will be 180 up till this point. So this angle is 180, the green one. So 180 plus this red angle, which is 169. So this will give you the total bearing. So 180 plus 169, 349 degrees is your bearing of A from C. The next part is farm A and farm B are joined by a straight track AB. Amira walks along the track from A at a constant speed of 4.6 kilometers per hour. Calculate the time it takes for Amira to walk from A to the point that is closest to farm C. Give your answers in minutes and seconds, correct to the nearest second. So let's go back to the drawing here. So let me just erase all of this. So Amira is now walking down this path from A to B, which is 950 meters. But then the question states that she's walking along the track at a constant speed of 4.6. Calculate the time it takes for Amira to walk from A to the point that is closest to farm C. So when you're moving down this path AB, there will be a point on this path which will be closest to C. So let's call that point E. So now where will be E on this line? E will be such that it will be at a 90-degree angle from this point C. So a line EC will make a 90-degree angle with line AB. So let me try to draw a line which makes a 90-degree angle. So around this point. So this is 90-degree. And this is your point E, which is closest. So perpendicular distance is always the shortest distance. So when you are at point E, you are at a perpendicular distance from point C, which will be the shortest. As soon as you start to move in this direction, your distance from C will increase. And if you move in this direction, your distance to C will start to increase as well. So these two lengths are greater than this length. This is the shortest possible distance of point C from this line AB. So I mark this point as point E. So now you need to find how much time Amira takes to travel from A up till this point E, which is shortest distance from C. So we know that this angle here is 44 degrees. If I can calculate the distance AE, I can easily find the time taken because I know I'm given the speed at which Amira is traveling. So she's traveling at 4.6 kilometers per hour, right? So if I know the distance, I can easily calculate the time. Time will be distance divided by the speed. So since this is 90-degree and this is a straight line, so this will be 90-degree as well. So both these angles are 90. So let me draw this triangle outside separately so that it's a little bit more clear. So this is my point A, this is my point E. It's a 90-degree angle here, C. This length is 520, this angle is 44, and I'm interested in this length AE. So I know this is the base of this right angle triangle, and this is the hypotenuse with respect to this angle. So I can use cos of angle CAE will equal the base over hypotenuse. Base is AE over hypotenuse is AC. So cos of this 44 degree will give me cos of 44 will give me AE over AC, which is 520. So let's select this and take it down. So from this, I can calculate AE equals to, remember E is the point which is closest to the farm C on the line AB. So cos 44 multiplied by 520 will give you this distance, which is 374.1 meters. So this is the distance a mirror travels from point A to the point that is closest. So this point I have marked this as E, that is closest to farm C. So your time taken will be distance divided by speed. So your speed is in kilometers per hour, but your distance here is in meters. So I can convert this into kilometers by dividing it by 1000. So I will get 0.3741 kilometers. So 0.3741 kilometers divided by 4.6 kilometers per hour. So 0.3741 divided by 4.6. So this is 0.0813 hours. The question asks you to give the time in minutes and seconds. So I will multiply it by 60. So 0.0813 multiplied by 60 gives me 4.878 minutes. So 4 minutes and 0.878, I will convert these into seconds by again multiplying it by 60. 0.878 multiplied by 60 will give me seconds. So this is 4 minutes and 52.68 seconds. And then since the question asks you to give the answer correct to the nearest second, so I will round this up to 53 because there's a 6 here. So this will be 53 seconds. So your final answer will be 4 minutes and 53 seconds. Part D is a helicopter hovers vertically above the farm B. The angle of elevation of the helicopter from farm A is 10.7 degrees. Calculate the angle of elevation of the helicopter from farm C. So let me go back. So now you have a helicopter that is hovering above farm B. So imagine this as a 3D drawing now. The helicopter is vertically above this farm B. So let me mark the position of helicopter with this H here. And now the angle of elevation of this helicopter from A will be this. This is your angle of elevation of this helicopter from farm A. And this is a 90-degree angle here. Remember, this is a 3D. I'm trying to show a 3D image here where the helicopter is directly flying over this farm B. So now if I redraw this triangle ABH in 2D to make it easier to understand. So you have two farms A and B, and this helicopter is vertically above this farm B. So this is your point H. And then your angle of elevation is this, which is how much? 10.7 degrees. So this is 10.7 degrees. Your distance of between the two farms A and B is 950 meters. So now you have to find the angle of elevation of the helicopter from farm C. So from farm C, if I'm looking at the helicopter now from farm C, my angle of elevation that I need to find will be this much. So let me draw this triangle as well, CBH. So let me erase this now. So CBH will look something like this in 2 dimensions. So you have two farms, C and B, and your helicopter is directly above your farm B. So this will be your point H. And then the angle of elevation that you need to calculate is this. And the distance between farm B and C is 680. So this distance is 680. You need to find this angle here. So now using the given information that the angle of elevation of the helicopter from farm A is 10.7 degrees, I can actually find the height at which this helicopter is flying above this farm. I know this side of this triangle, this angle is 90 degree, and then I can calculate this height. And this height will be the same height as this in the diagram because the helicopter is again above farm B, so it's flying over here. So now if you're looking from this uh, farm C, the height of the helicopter doesn't change. So this height here will be the same as this height. So once I know this height, and this angle is again 90 degrees, I will know two sides of this triangle. Then I can easily find this angle of elevation using trigonometry. So let me move these down now. I'll select these. Oops. So first, using this, I will find this height of the helicopter. So I need to find the perpendicular height of this triangle. I know the base. So I will use tan of this angle, 10.7 equals to perpendicular over base. So let me call this perpendicular height H. H over base is 950. So this will give H equals to tan of 10.7 multiplied by 950. So this is 179.5 meters. So this is 179.5. So this will also be 179.5. So the helicopter is flying at a height of 179.5 meters above the farm B. Now using this triangle, I can find this angle of elevation. Again, I will take uh, tan of this angle of elevation. So tan of angle of elevation will again equal perpendicular over base. So 179.5 divided by 680. So this will give you your angle of elevation. So 179.5 divided by 680, and then tan inverse of this. So this is 14.787, 14.787, and then up till one decimal place, this will be 14.8 degrees. So this will be your angle of elevation of the helicopter from farm C. Question number 10 is P and Q, points P and Q and the line L are shown on the grid. So PQ here and this line is L. Calculate the length PQ. So P has coordinates -4 and -3, and Q has coordinates 3 and 5. So length PQ will be, so I can call these x1, y1 coordinates and this as x2, y2. So You know the formula for the distance is y2 minus y1 square. So this will be 5 minus y1, which is minus 3. So this minus will become plus and plus 3 square. And then plus x2 minus x1. So 3 minus, so this is also minus, minus minus becomes plus 4 square. So this will be 8 square is 64 plus 7 square is 49, and then square root of this. So 64 plus 49, and then square root of this is 10.63. So up till 3 significant figures, this will be 10.6. So your length PQ is 10.6 centimeters. The next part is show that the equation of line L is 3y plus x equals to 1. So we can take any 2 points on this line L. So let's take this, which has coordinates 1 and 0. And let's take this one, which has coordinates minus 2 and 1. So now I have 2 points, 1, 0, minus 2, and 1. So I can call this x1, y1, x2, y2. So your gradient m will be y2 minus y1, which is 1 minus 0, over x2 minus x1, which is minus 2 minus 1. So your gradient will be minus 1 over 3. Now I can use the formula for the equation of a line, which is y minus y1 equals to gradient m into x minus x1. So let's take this x1, y1, y minus y1. So y minus 0 equals to minus 1 over 3 into x minus x1 is 1. So this will be y minus 1 by 3x plus 1. Now I need to take this to the other side. So let me continue here. So if I take this to the other side, I will get y plus 1 by 3x equals to 1. So the given equation is 3y plus x equals to 1. Oh, sorry, this would have been minus plus 1 by 3. When I open this bracket, minus 1 by 3x and plus 1 by 3. So this is 1 by 3 here. So in the given equation, in the question, you have 3y plus x equals to 1. So you have y here, 1 by 3 here, and 1 by 3 here. So if I multiply by 3 on both sides of the equation, I will get this form. So 3 into y will give me 3y plus 3 into 1 by 3 will be 1. So this will be x, and 1 by 3 into 3 will be 1. So you can get this form that is given in the question. So 3y plus x equals to 1. 1 by 3 into 3 is 1. So that's how you will show that the equation of this line L is 3y plus x equals 1. The next part is a line M is perpendicular to line L and passes through point P. Find the equation of line M and give your answer in the form y equals to mx plus c. So gradient of line L was, we calculated as minus 1 by 3. Since M and L are perpendicular, so that means the product of their gradients is minus 1. So gradient of M multiplied by gradient of L will be equals to minus 1, and gradient of L is minus 1 by 3. So gradient M into minus 1 by 3 is minus 1. So this will give me gradient M equals to, if I take this 3 and this negative and negative cancel out, so this will be 3. And we also know the line M passes through point P. So P has coordinates minus 4 and minus 3. So P has coordinates minus 4 and minus 3. So this will be your x1 and y1. So your equation of line M will be y minus y1. So y plus 3. Minus and minus becomes plus. In fact, let me write down the equation formula first. Y minus y1 equals to gradient into x minus x1. So y, this will become plus 3. Gradient is 3 into x, and then minus x1 is minus 4. So this will become plus 4. So this will be y plus 3 equals to 3x plus 12. Since you have to give your answer in this form, y equals to mx plus c, I will take this 3 to the other side, 3x plus 12, and this will become minus 3. And then this will be y equals to 3x plus 9. So this will be your final answer, y equals to 3x plus 9. So this was the last question. This is the end of paper 2 variant 1 for October November 2019.